head of welfare. Go and do something. But I want to tell that member something. That when there are 150 jobs advertised in my electorate at the New World Supermarket, 3,500 people queued up for those jobs. You know, if you want to get people off welfare, you do two things. First of all, you make sure there are jobs to go to, and there are fewer jobs in New Zealand today when that government held their job summit. And the second thing you do is you make sure that people have the skills to go to the jobs. And you don't give people the skills by cutting back apprentices, like this government has, or cutting back the financial ability of people to get those skills, like the Minister of Social Welfare did. She cut back the very scheme that gave her the chance to get skills and get a job. But I want to talk about foreign affairs now, Mr Speaker. Which one of Mr McCulley's three stories, sir, do you believe? Do you believe the story yesterday where he said publicly, no, it's not $900,000 to build a swimming pool, it's $900,000 yen. 900,000 yen. That would have been $15,000. So the first story was, we're doing the pool, but it's only costing $15,000. The second story was the story he said on TV last night. We were doing the pool, but he said he'd be asking the embassy whether it was really needed. And then we got the third story this afternoon, that there was never going to be a pool, that some misguided engineer went out and did a whole lot of work bidding for a proposal that the ministry had never made. You know what that is, Mr Speaker? That's BS. That is just wrong. There was a proposal. I've got the tender sheet. And the engineers that were bidding for that were bidding it because the ministry said that job was available. And I asked the minister this, when he's laying off 1 in 4 of his workforce, why are we building swimming pools at $900,000 in Tokyo? Why is the minister taking a plane ride at a cost to us as taxpayers of $75,000, because he preferred to go by Air Force jet, than paying $756, which is the return fare to Vanuatu if he'd gone commercially. Now, I understand. No, it's quite true. Go ring the travel exchange, travel agency. They will show you that the minister could have done the trip for $756 or a little bit more if he went via Australia. Now, it's no wonder that the hard-working people that are losing their jobs, people that have gone out, and I've been their minister for 9 years, I've watched their competency, their commitment, their sheer dedication and hard work, and he's telling 1 in 4 of them that they're down the road. And it doesn't stop there, Mr Speaker. You were once Minister of Trade. You know what happens now to somebody that accepts an assignment, maybe in Geneva, for the WTO? They give up their job security. They have to relinquish their position with Foreign Affairs. They go on a 3-year posting, and when they get back, they can apply for a new job. But if they don't get it, they go into what's called a surge pool. A surge pool. What image does that engender? It's like being thrown into a washing machine. And they go round and round and round in that for a little while, and if they can't find a job, then they're down the road. I ask you, Mr Speaker, what young, talented person today would take up a job with Foreign Affairs when they had absolutely no job security? What young person with a family would go on a posting to an expensive place to live and to get their kids educated and have to pay for that themselves or a certain percentage of it? What this minister is doing is destroying one of the best ministries that this country has. The people that go out and work in the interests of New Zealanders, pushing the trade, pushing for security issues, doing the consular assistance. What will New Zealanders think when they or their family are in trouble overseas, they're in hospital, they desperately need help, and Minister McCulley says, here's an 0800 number, if you're lucky they'll speak English. They expect consular assistance. I expect that for myself. You expect it, Mr Speaker. We expect it for our kids. If they get into trouble overseas, one of the fundamental responsibilities of any government is to be there to help its citizens in trouble. And this minister is contemplating doing away with that assistance. And, Mr Speaker, that is wrong. That is fundamentally wrong. They did a survey of Foreign Affairs staff recently. They showed that they had more people in what was once our proudest ministry that had become quote-unquote disengaged than any other government department. What was our finest performing ministry is demoralised, disillusioned and this minister is the person that is destroying them.
The Honourable Chester Borrows.